Today's video is going to be a story time video, okay? In this video, I'm going to be gisting you guys of how I almost fought a man, like a grown-ass man. Like that kind of fight. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, it's Dimma here. Today's video is going to be a story time video, okay? In this video, I'm going to be gisting you guys of how I almost fought a man, like a grown-ass man. Like that kind of fight at the airport in Abuja. It's been like 3 years now, but if you bring that man, I'll fight him still. So I told the story on Twitter, and some of you were low-key pissed that I told the story on Twitter. We're like, Dimma, why would you tell the story here? You should come and tell it on YouTube, tell it as a story time video, and tell it in detail. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing my makeup, and I'm going to be giving you guys this gist, okay? So yeah, I almost fought a guy at the Abuja airport in 2014. Here's the story. Guys, it is so freaking hot, okay? It's the first week of December and I don't know where Harmattan is. Please, if you know where Harmattan is, go and call it, because this heat, we're not supposed to, I don't know, it's not supposed to be this hot, man. It's so freaking hot. I might take this thing off at a point. That's how hot I am right now. So I'm going to start out by priming my skin first. I'm going to be using this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. It looks like this for the first time. I'm going to take it out of the pack. Looks like this. I've never used a primer water before. I've used like, I don't know, liquid sprays to kind of set my makeup and liquid sprays to kind of give my face a less powdery finish, but I have never ever used a primer water before. So I'm gonna spray this all over my face. I have a detailed eyebrow routine video tutorial on this channel. I'm going to have it linked somewhere on the left. Okay, so done my brows. I'm going to prime my eyes real quick with this is literally dying. There's nothing left. I have a new one, but I want to make sure that I get everything in here. So this happened back in 2014 and it was literally like a week after I had done my thyroidectomy. Okay, if you've not been following me for a very long time, you probably don't know why I have a scar on my neck. But recently I answered the question in my Q&A video. So if you've not seen that Q&A video, go and watch it. I'm going to have it linked somewhere on the left. Hopefully this left I'm saying is truly my left, okay? So I'm going to have it linked there as well. So this was basically a week after I had done my thyroidectomy in 2014. So me and my mom, we were at the airport going back to Enugu, because you guys know that I grew up in Enugu, right? So we were in Abuja going back to Enugu. So we bought tickets to go back to Enugu on an airline called Arik. So I'm going to go on ahead and set the primer with some powder. This is my Mercier translucent setting powder. So just packing this on all the areas where I apply the primer, not patting. And I'm going to take it up to my brow bone area a little bit where I have my concealer as well. So first of all, if you get to the airport, the first thing you do is check in. I'm going to use this eyeshadow palette from Huda Beauty, and I'm going to take this color here. This is the Obsessions eyeshadow palette, and this one is an Amethyst. So I am going to use my Sigma E40 and just take a little bit of this, and I'm going to use this as a transition color. With most local airlines here in Nigeria, like if you're traveling from one state to the other, the baggage allowance is 20 kg, just one bag that weighs 20 kg. If you want to carry an additional bag, or if it's over 20 kg, you have to pay 500 naira per kilo with most of them. And if you're checking in an extra box, like they don't look at it and be like, okay, if you're bringing this extra box that weighs 20 kg, you pay this fixed amount. No, if you're bringing in an extra box, you have to still pay per kilo as well. So my mom had 3, and basically my mom has a boutique, so she sells clothes. So most of the things that she was carrying were just things that she just gotten that she has to go sell in Enugu. So she had like, they were just basically goods that she was going to resell. So she's checked into extra box, she paid per kilo and all of that checked in. And as usual, they delayed our flights. Like this is like a common occurrence here, okay? They delay flights a lot. And normally sometimes it could be 30 minutes, like 30 minutes delays, 1 hour delays. They're not really like, at this point, if my flight is delayed for 30 minutes or 1 hour, like it's nothing really to me. Like, okay, that's a good day. So this was not one of those type of delays. Our flight was delayed for 3 hours, okay? 3 hours, and my mom was really upset about this because it wasn't comfortable for me. I didn't have bandages, like I had taken the bandage off, but my scar was really obvious. And what I used to do then was I used to cover my scar with a scarf. And the reason I do that is not because the scar was hideous or anything, it's just that I didn't like answering questions. This is such a peculiar place to have a scar, and a lot of people don't think about this type of surgery when they see the scar. The first thing they think is, oh, somebody tried to kill you. So my mom was really upset that, you know, she felt like the whole thing was just uncomfortable for me, the position I had to like stay in. Like, airport chairs are not comfortable, okay? They are not the most comfortable things. By the time they announced our flight, like by the time they told us that we were ready to board, everybody was fed up with Arik. Okay, so going in with my Sigma E39 brush, I'm going to take this color. This one is slightly darker than the one that I just used, and I'm going to pop this right into my crease. Okay, so if you've ever flown like locally here in Nigeria, you will know that there's this thing that the airlines do. Like, after you've checked in your boxes at the counter, before you board the flights, normally they line the boxes up on just one side of the plane. So they line the boxes up so that all the passengers can come and identify their boxes. Like, they want you to manually identify your box before they load it onto the plane. So we get there, and lo and behold, one of my mom's boxes had been torn. Like, it was torn, and it wasn't like a small tear. And like, if it's a very small hole, you're not worried. You're like, oh, it's a small hole, nothing's going to happen. But this was like a big tear. Okay, somebody can put their hand inside the box and grab things, and my mom was not having it. She was like, nah, this box was not like this one. I gave it to you guys. And they would never even check a box like that in. They won't check it in. They would even make you sign a form. They'll make you sign a form saying that you gave them a box that was damaged. So this box was in perfect condition. My mom checked it in, got to the part where she was going to identify her box, and then the thing was torn. So whatever happened to that box obviously happens to it between checking and then bringing the box out by the side of the plane. So my mom was like, nah, this box was not like this when I gave it to you guys. What happened? Who tore my box? And like, her concerns were legit and valid, because they've stolen from me at the Lagos airport before. Like, I've checked in a box, and then I don't know when the box came out, like items were missing from the box. So it's something that happens if your box is not locked properly. If the material is flimsy, someone can actually tear into your box and steal stuff from you. So she knows this, I know this, and that was the reason why she started complaining immediately. This is the Sigma eyeshadow base primer, and I'm going to apply this on my lid area to help the color that I'm going to apply here. I'm going to just apply this all over. This particular one is in Sorbet. I'm going to use my hand to just blend this in real quick, because this dries really quickly, and if it sets, man, it sets. You can't do anything after it sets. So I'm going to take a small flat brush. This is a small concealer brush from Nika K Cosmetics, and I'm just going to use this to kind of define the top part here, to make sure that I have like a line that is a little bit defined. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that. Okay, so I want to try to like use the three colors that I have in the middle here. I'm going to use this one first, okay? I'm going to spray a little bit of the priming water on my eyeshadow brush. So my mom's concerns when it came to this, like, they were really valid, because she just didn't want stories. She knows that if she didn't do anything about the box then and there, by the time she gets her box in Enugu, one or two things might be missing. So she didn't want to take the risk at all. So she tells them then and there to come wrap it up. And normally, like, this shouldn't be a problem, because airlines, they normally have like tape that they use to wrap things up, sometimes before they even check them in. So my mom was not even asking them to fix the box or anything, or to replace it or pay for it or anything. And she had the right, okay? Someone checked in a box in perfect condition, and it's not even a small break or small whatever that you guys have done to it. By the time the person sees the box the second time, she hasn't even gotten to her destination. No, when I don't tear the box. My mom starts saying this over and over again to the first person that she sees, and obviously it's a guy that, and this particular guy looked like he had a position that was maybe slightly higher than, I don't know how to explain. He looked like a manager. So like there were other people standing around the boxes, loading the boxes and all of that. But this particular guy, to me, I don't know why he looked like a manager. So my mom just like focuses all her attention on him, and she's like, you guys have to tape my box up. So this guy starts telling my mom that they don't have tape. Starts telling my mom over and over and over again that they don't have tape. And my mom is like, how do you guys don't have tape? You guys tore my box, and you're not going to load it like this, because by the time it gets to Enugu, this box would have gone through so many hands, and anybody can just put their hands in here and grab something and go. So I want you guys to tape the box up. And at a point where my mom kept insisting, he was like, okay, he told my mom to get money so that they can go buy tape. My mom was like, I'm not giving you guys any money to go buy any tape. Why should I give you people money? Next, I'm going to take this shade here. So my mom was like, what do you guys mean? You guys have tape and nobody wants to go inside and go get it. You guys just want me to yell or complain and board the flight, and then you guys can do whatever you want. I want you guys to tape this box up. Well, we just had to stand aside and people were just boarding the flight before us. We wanted them to tape the bag up, and this was going on for a while. I'm going to take this shade here, and this is my Sigma E39 brush again. I'm going to use it to start packing this very dark purple into my outer corner. I'm going to switch really quickly to my Sigma E45. I'll go back in with the other brush again really soon, but I'm going to pack this in here with my Sigma E45. It's a pointed crease brush and I love it for this step. I feel like what happens a lot of the times here is that people just want you to talk, wear yourself out, and then they go do whatever they want to do, because there was no reason why they left us to just keep talking for as long as we did. I wasn't doing a lot of talking actually. One of the side effects you will get with the type of surgery that I had just done is that your voice would not be the same for like a long time. Okay, so I didn't get my voice back till about maybe about 8 to 9 months after I did this surgery. I started sounding like myself again. So I wasn't even I couldn't even talk that much, okay? Because normally I would have been saying a lot, you know, to these people because they were stressing us out at that point, but I wasn't even saying much. So my mom just kept going back and forth. You guys need to tape this box up. You guys need to tape this box up. And we were there for so long that before we knew it, like everybody had almost like boarded. There weren't a lot of people left to board the flights before we entered the part 2 of this gist, okay? Let me just, I really like these eyeshadows actually. They are blending out really well. I'm going to switch to another brush real quick. So this is my MAC 217. You guys can see that I'm not doing this. I hardly ever do this when I am blending out a crease color because I feel like doing that makes my eyes look a lot smaller than they actually are. So what I do is I take the crease color up towards the front of my brows, and what essentially does is that it opens my eyes up a lot more. This shade is the darkest shade you have here, but then I'm like really tempted right now to add a little bit of black. I think that I might not have to do that. This is my Sigma Warm Neutrals palette. I really love this shade here. I don't know if you guys can see just how much I've used it. I'm going to use this to set my brow bone area. So I'm going to go back in with my Sigma E40, the first brush that I used and the first eyeshadow that I used. I'm going to use this to blend out any harsh lines that I have in this area here. I'm going to add a little bit of black. Definitely looks better with the black. So I'm going to go in with another Sigma eyeshadow primer. This one is in Bubbly, and I'm going to apply this on my tear duct area. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to take this shade here and I'm going to apply this on my inner corner. So this is where things get really interesting, okay? I told you guys that my mom was talking to a guy, like that he looked like a manager, like all this while. So we were there talking, still going back and forth. My mom was doing most of the talking anyways. This guy was just standing off. I don't know what his position was. I don't know what he was. I don't know what role he was playing in all of this. But one thing I remember clearly was that this guy was really young. He was really close to my age. He looked like he was close to my age, or maybe slightly older. That guy wouldn't be older than me with maybe, let's say, anything more than 4 or 5 years. So he was really young, okay? So this guy just turned out of the blues, okay, and starts raising his voice. And he starts asking my mom, why would my mom pack this much? What did my mom pack inside the box? That the reason why the box is torn is because my mom packed too much things in the box. That what did my mom pack? That why would my mom pack so much inside the box? And I'm like, at first I was so confused because I was like, what is this? How is this any of your business? Why are you asking a customer? You guys weighed the box. You guys found the weight to be okay at the check-in counter. You guys took this box, checked it in, tore it, and then now someone is asking my mom why she packed so much. Like my brain was not processing it well. This part of this gist, it just kills me all the time. Before I move on, I'm going to apply this, okay? The same color that I use on my tear duct area. So this time around, I'm going to wet my brush just to make sure that I don't have a lot of fallouts when I'm doing this. I'm not doing a lot of this, just very little. Shake a little bit of it again. Everything looks the way that I want it to look now. So I'm going to line my waterline. I'm not going to be lining my waterline with a black pencil. This is my NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On. Wow. Wait, let me read this out to you guys. This is the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a turn on waterproof extreme shine eyeliner. This particular color is Purple Blaze. So I'm going to use this really quickly to line my waterline. Guys, I find it really difficult to talk when I am doing my eyebrows or when I'm doing eyeliner or even mascara self. Like, I don't want to mess anything up, but I like this eyeliner. It is hypoallergic and it does not make my eyes water or sting or any of those annoying things that some eyeliners will do some of the time. So, moving on to mascara, I'm going to comb my lashes up a little bit, okay? I know that you guys are waiting for me to move on, but don't worry, I'm coming. You guys are gonna love what I'm going to say next. This is going to help my falsies merge with my natural lashes. Guys, the colors, man. The colors you get in this eyeshadow palette that I used, so beautiful. I really like the colors I have on my eyes right now. I'm going to use these lashes that I got from AliExpress. And I'm going to be trying this dual eyelash adhesive that I got recently. Like, I've used the pink one that is black and that one like dries black, and I've used the green one that dries clear, and I've used the blue one that comes in a tube that dries clear, but I have not used the purple one before. And this is the quick this is a quick set strip lash adhesive. So this dries faster than the green one. So I'm going to try this out to see if this is true. This actually does dry really fast, like faster than the regular green one that I'm used to. So my lashes are on and I really like these ones. So I'm going to move on to foundation immediately. For this look, I'm going to be using two of my favorite foundations. These are the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse foundations in caramel and cocoa. So I'm going to use my foundation brush. I'm going to start out by applying caramel on the center of my face. Okay, so as I was saying, when this guy started talking, okay, when he started talking back at my mom, I was confused. Like, you know how the brain processes things? First of all, when someone starts talking, the first instinct you have is to listen to them. Just listen to what they are saying. And then it takes my brain seconds to process what is coming out from this guy's mouth. And at first when he starts talking, I'm like, why is this guy saying these things? Like, what? Like, I'm so confused and shocked. And then give me 5 minutes, I take note of his tone, the way he's talking to my mom. I know that you guys are watching me from different places and that respect means different things in different places. Here in Nigeria, like, you don't talk to your elders a certain way, okay? So like the exchange that my mom was having like with this other guy, the one that I considered to be a manager, or I thought to be a manager or something, that exchange was very polite, and irrespective of the fact that it was going nowhere at the time and he wasn't really doing what he was supposed to do, he was polite with the way that he was talking to my mom. So he was like, oh man, we are sorry, but we don't have tape, you know. That's kind of how he was talking. Now my mom was like, please, you guys need to find tape. You guys must find tape. And he's like, ma'am, we're sorry we don't have tape. You know, we're sorry the bag is torn and stuff like that. So this guy is already apologizing for what has happened, saying that he's not really sure what happened and all of that, and they don't have tape. So I like my face. I'm going to be using my Colourpop No Filter Concealer in Dark 46. It's this thing here that I feel like men just feel like they can talk to women irrespective of age anyhow. Okay, and that was what this one was trying to do, but he did not know that a mad person was in their midst. My mom immediately tells this guy, I'm not talking to you. My mom doesn't even play the regular Nigerian like adult card of like, I'm not your age mate, who do you think you're talking to? My mom doesn't say that. My mom just tells this guy that she's not talking to him. Do you guys want to know what this guy said when my mom told him that she was not talking to him? This guy told my mom to shut up. And here is the thing, because I remember trying to explain this in my tweet. If you gave me money right now, like if you brought $1 million cash here now, okay, and you're telling me, Dimma, so what happened after he said to shut up? I cannot remember what happened. Like, even right now, I try to remember what happened immediately after he shut his mouth. I can't remember. I just remember black. Something like when there's like a blank space. There's just a dark wall in between him shutting his mouth and me diving him. The thing I remember, the only thing I remember after this guy shut his mouth, immediately after he said shut up, was people pulling my clothes, okay? So people were pulling my clothes. Some of them were Arik staff, some of them were passengers that were boarding. I literally went for this guy. Like, and do you know, like, when people were pulling me by my clothes, like, I kept begging them to please leave me alone. You know, my mom was screaming, oh my God, what are you doing? You just had surgery, blah, 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 blah. Calm down. Like, I was telling them to please leave me, leave me. That I need to reset this guy's teeth. Who is he telling to shut up? My mother. This is my Fenty Beauty MatchStix in Espresso. Honestly, I wouldn't say that I knew what I was expecting at any point in all of this. The last thing I expected, however, was for this guy to tell my mother to shut up. First of all, they were not age mates. Second of all, you guys had turned somebody's back. Third of all, you shouldn't be talking to your customers like that. So, I don't know. All I remember was diving him. That's all I can remember. I'm sorry. When people were pulling at my clothes, I just remember saying over and over again, who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to? As I was going for him. He didn't say him again, no. Because at that point, it dawned on him that he was dealing with a mad person. Let me tell you guys something, guys. I have never fought a day in my life. The only fights that I can remember here, as I'm sitting now, are probably the little fights that I had with the normal when we were like very young, like 3, 4, when we were really, really young, okay? Some of them were really dramatic that like I still remember them now, okay? But then I've never fought as an adult. I never fought as a teenager as well. Like, I've never fought anybody. And I would always say to myself that like when the situation presents itself for me to fight, that I'm not even sure that I'm going to fight. Like, I don't think that I'm a fighter. I don't even know if I will actually let it get to the point of like us getting physical. I know that a lot of us can take all kinds of things, but not a lot of us will stand by and let someone insult our mothers or tell our parents to shut up. Especially when you've been trying for a long time to be reasonable with these people. Do you guys want to know what happened after I lost it? Okay. They brought tape. That's what happened. They brought tape and they taped the bag. Sometimes I feel like in this country, the only language that people understand is madness, okay? I told this story before. I remember one of my friends, she was telling me of how she was having issues with an internet service provider. Entel, actually. She was having issues with Entel for a very, very long time. She kept on calling them every day, all polite. You guys should please come fix my network and all of that. And nothing happened. One day, she called them and she was screaming. She told them that if they don't fix her network, that she's going to come and carry a car and jam their office. That she's going to jam their office and all of them are going to die on the line. What happened? Her internet started working. Most of the times, you find that people who work certain jobs, they take polite people for granted. You see people who come into an office and act like they are sane and they are okay and they're trying to be polite and nice. They take them for granted. If you want to see actual change, you actually have to make threats and rake and make all kinds of noise. Okay? So where did the tape come from? After I dived Mr. Shut Up Your Mouth, running mouth like a mad person. Where did the tape come out from? You told my mother to shut up. Your God saved you that day. I'm going to take my Mercier translucent setting powder and I'm going to use this to set my immediate under eye area. Because guys, like seriously, where did the tape come out from? Okay? Where did the tape come out from? Or were they saving the tape for mad people? Guys, if you live in this country, like, you have to carry your madness around in your handbag. Okay, you carry it around in your handbag and certain times you take it out, certain times you don't take it out. You leave it in the handbag because some people don't understand polite dialogue. They don't understand polite conversations. They don't understand this when they're trying to be polite. They only understand madness. So you have to carry the madness in your handbag so that when it is required, you open your handbag and bring out the madness. Like after we got home, I remember my mom telling the story, like she couldn't believe it because I was that child that she just didn't expect this from. She knows that I can get like very heated and all of that when there's an argument and all of that, but I wasn't the child that she expected to get physical with anybody. So my mother could not believe it. But then please, you don't insult people's mothers in front of them. You don't tell their mothers to shut up, especially when you know that you're clearly in the wrong. You don't do stuff like that. I'm going to dust off the excess powder that I have in this area. Okay, so going to set my contour, and I'm going to use my Milani pressed powder in Earth Glow. Just going to dust this on my forehead and under my cheekbones. To set my entire face, I'm going to use my Iman pressed powder in Earth Medium. For this look, I'm going to use a blush from Inglot, and I'm going to have the name written, because for me to get the name, I'd have to pull this out of the pan. The name is going to be in the description box, okay? But it's a very nice pink blush. This one here is the one that I'm using. Guys, I've never been in a physical fight before. If you've been in a physical fight, why did you fight? Tell me in the comment section. Don't be shy. Tell me why you fought. Because me, in all honesty, I feel like if this still happened today, I honestly feel like my reaction is probably still going to be the same. Like, you don't insult my mother in front of me. You don't do that. And for you to know how pissed off I was and how streamlined my mind was with this, I'm like, nah, he has crossed the line. It was the fact that I wasn't even fit. Okay, I remember when I shared this story on Twitter, people were telling me the reasons, and a lot of the people that were telling me why they fought, it was always family. Like they did this for family. Like they went after someone because of a family member. So if you've ever fought before, tell me. I'm going to use a cream highlighter here called Fiji. For my highlighter, I'll be using the Sigma F03 brush. This is my Makeup Addiction highlighter, and this one is in Bronzified. Right on my lower lash line, I'm going to apply this black, the same black that I used earlier. I'm going to go in with this purple that I used on my outer corner, and I'm going to apply this right underneath the black. I'm going to apply this color that I have in my tear duct area on my lower lash line as well. So to finish up with my eyes, I'm going to apply some mascara to my bottom lashes. And guys, please don't. I am not advocating for violence, and I am not sending anyone to go fight. I'm just telling you guys a story, or I just told you guys a story of how I almost fought. And I know I'm not the only person that has felt like this before. Like, someone has just driven you to the wall. So please, oh, like I said, share your stories, okay? And don't come for me. Thanks. Fam, I love this eyeshadow palette that I used so much. So guys, like, I'm actually considering not wearing my wig, okay? But I think I'm going to wear it still. I'm going to finish up by lining my lips with my Morphe lip liner in Bar. Going to use my MAC Patent Polish lip pencil in Patent Pink. So on the center of my lips, I'm going to use my NK lip gloss in number A63. Okay guys, so I put my wig on. This wig is from RPG Show, in case you're wondering. I'm going to try and put a link in the description box. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, but most importantly, have you fought before? Why did you fight? Please let me know in the comment section. I want to read what you guys are going to say. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.